All right, everybody, we're live. Let's
God damn.
yeah,
All right.
let's do
Let's
this thing.
go. Let's
Okay.
Great intro.
go.
So fellas, I recently, I decided to set, put my toes back into the pool. That pool is social media, and I came across some interesting things. Some interesting conversations and it was this post that was talking about very just like very horrific thing that women related to a very horrific thing that all women, excuse me, not all women, but a good chunk of women go through, which is sexual assault. And it was
Harassment,
and
rape, all
harassment and
these all
all
these
these things,
things.
man. Just all these. Oh, well, I cursed. There you go.
Well, we
We
gotta
can
edit
edit
that
that.
anyway,
Yeah.
so it's
But it just absolutely like horrific, horrible things that women go through, and no women, nobody in general should ever go through. But I kind of I agreed to disagree with some of the points on the post, and I actually sent it to Amani. So we're gonna go through it. We're gonna dissect it. No, first we're gonna just go through it completely, analyze
get
it.
everybody's
Yeah.
thoughts because
Get it?
and then
Yeah.
let Matt go last because
Yeah.
we already know what's cracking over here.
Yeah.
So
And so
oh wait,
Amani,
we forgot. Wait, we forgot. We got our participants here. Anise and
yeah.
Kevin back at it again for the part two, baby.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Oh,
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And it's this is a very we're walking a tightrope. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say. So
We
very
are.
nice.
did I exit it out? Okay, so boom. All right, let me go
Yeah.
back a little. So this is the topic,
Yeah.
baby. What the hell? All right, check
Yeah.
this baby out.
So you want me to read it, Amani, or?
Yeah, go ahead. You got the better reading voice.
All right. So this is this is called "Not All Men." Words by Christina Malone. I hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not
Hey
doing
man,
it.
Post Malone.
Yeah. All right. So starts off by saying, as humans, we generalize things. For example, we say, "Be careful of ticks; they carry Lyme disease."
Hmm.
Next point. Next. What is it called? Uh, post. But no one says actually not all ticks carry Lyme disease, because logically we all understand that enough ticks carry Lyme disease to put you at risk of being infected. When we speak up about women's oppression and abuse, obviously we know it's not all men, but when 1 in 3 women are assaulted by a man in their lifetime, it's enough men to make all women afraid. Uh, it's enough men that when I'm walking home alone at night, I have to assume it's all men to keep myself safe. Just like I have to act as though all ticks have Lyme disease. When you make our abuse about you, it doesn't help anyone, not all men. We know it's not all men, but it's enough to keep us in a constant state of fear. And yeah, that's the last one. So, do you guys want to state your opinions on this first, or wanna, do you want me to?
No, no, yeah, you can carry on.
All right, Kevin.
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Before Mac, drops the nuke here.
Oh, why did you say? I'm not dropping the nuke. I'm just presenting my opinion, on it.
All right.
That's it.
All right. I gotta watch my terms.
All right.
But first of all, us as men, we are not ticks. We are not a one-dimensional being. We can cook, clean, drive cars, build a house, build headphones, play Xbox. Who just texted me? My bad. Play Xbox. I can jump out my window right now. I could drink coconut water, stuff like that. I could go to work. You cannot just compare us to one thing. There's too much. The spectrum of a male or a woman, just a human in general. You know, anybody is capable of doing whatever, and some people choose violence. What can we do about it at sometimes? Some people just choose violence, and we'll get into that point sooner or later about why that happens. But it's just, you cannot just like dumb us down to one thing, which I mean, I could understand, let's say you got to cross the street at the end of the day. Sometimes I do that because I don't want to Israel Asanya somebody. I don't want to do that. And I don't think I'm capable of that either way. It's protection, being cautious. But there's a difference between cautious and fear, where if you are in fear, you're looking at every man, can't even walk up to the person, shake his hand, do nothing to that man because you're in a constant fear. And I'm highlighting the word fear here. Fear of a man. I can understand being cautious. Anything can happen in public. You never know when, I don't know, like you just get shot by a straight bullet. That can happen. It just happens. There's stories about that too. You're just, as soon as you walk out your door, it's a war. Shout out to Hassan. But it's just like that. That's what it is. And I don't feel like having a fear about it. How are you gonna live with fear? You just can't. You just can't. So Matt.
Yeah. Okay. So before I start my point, I just want to state something to everybody. Like, I'm not thinking just off the cuff right now. I actually wrote stuff down just because that's how serious that we take this episode. So don't just think we're just talking out of our butt. Trust me, I've analyzed this post. I've looked at every single point. So I'm not looking at this from a one-dimensional point of view. I'm looking at it from a female perspective, and I'm looking at it from a male perspective as well. So, I'm gonna just carry on with my point. I'm going to read what I wrote down. So I wrote down, so the main consensus was that yes, it's not all men, but women have to walk around scared and assume it's all men. And then I write, another example of this sort of mindset is like if you're walking down the street and a black dude was walking towards you and you assume that he was a thug. Uh, that sort of scenario, isn't that that sort of mindset, isn't that the same sort of mindset that's here? But the problem is only one of those mindsets is seen as offensive, and it's the racist one, you know? And I don't, I think this is kind of an offensive mindset to have towards men because again, I don't, it's kind of like racism in a way because this is kind of like discrimination. It's like at the end of the day, it's a minority of men who are, like a small minority of men who are doing these horrific things to women. And it wouldn't be fair for all women to have to walk around being afraid and just just thinking, oh my god, it's this guy, or it could be this guy, it's that guy. It's it's not fair to us. And I know it's not fair to women that they have to walk around in fear either. But at the end of the day, to go back to what Amani said, walking around being in a constant fear of being assaulted, it's I don't think it's that healthy. And it's like, it's if you have a fear of getting cancer and you spend your whole life, or a good part of your life trying to prevent yourself from getting cancer, and yeah, you might not end up getting it in the end, but it's you've kind of wasted your life. And you're kind of thinking space to try to prevent these things from happening. And I understand, it is a it's a horrific thing, and no woman wants to go through it. But at the end of the day, it's like Amani said, you can't just walk around being fearful all the time. It's not a healthy thing, and it's not fair to the men who don't assault women. Just like it's not fair to generalize a specific minority as thinking one way or doing all these bad things. That's not fair. You know what I mean? It's like saying, you know, all people who follow the religion of Islam, you know, kill people, right? That's not a good thing to say. That's not a fair, you know, generalization. You know, I don't even think there should be any generalization in my opinion, because it's such a small majority of people in Islam who might do bad things. Those people are, you know, extremists. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it again, it goes back to it. It's like don't blame the collective for, you know, the small minority. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's my point. I am
Uh-huh. Can I add something as well, please?
yes.
As a Muslim myself, as Matt said, yeah, exactly. Everything you just said is right. It is unfair and it's wrong because, as you said, those extremists, they're
Mhm.
not even considered Muslims because they don't do the right stuff in the religion. But
Yeah.
because they go around saying, because they go around and label themselves as a Muslim when they're really not, and they do this dumb stuff and post it all over social media and stuff, everyone thinks every Muslim is a terrorist or something like that, when it really isn't, because Islam is a religion of peace, you know. But
Yeah.
it's like everyone just assumes, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
man, look, man, isn't it the most peaceful religion in the world, actually?
it really is. Yeah,
I think so,
it
yeah.
is.
I mean, I'm
And
not
I find
saying,
it very funny that people really assume that every Muslim that wears a topi or a Muslim clothing basically is a terrorist, because it's not wrong. No, it's not right. Sorry, like you shouldn't be assuming, basically, you know. But yeah,
yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, that's my whole point. I mean, I don't know, does anybody want to add to that or
your
Kevin,
money.
um
Kevin,
should
you
I
there, bro?
Um, so okay, because I'm thinking over here, I'm thinking back on what you guys said about the whole like where women can't walk outside late at night anymore because they claim it's all men. Like, oh, men made it like scary. Men made it where we can't trust anyone when it comes to going outside late at night, while they can because they're men, right? But it's not all men that's like that. There's a lot of men that actually have respect. There's a lot of men that actually has their principles and that would actually help you rather than making it seem like you are in danger. Like you going outside at a certain time is jeopardizing your safety and your comfort, which, I know there is a lot of guys out there that are much willing to be like, hey, do you want me to walk with you? Do you want me to help you? Do you want me to be by your side and assist you into these certain areas and help you get home? And any other thing, like, oh, like call you a cab, or if they have a car, like drive them, because nowadays the world has come to a point of distrust where no one really trusts anyone anymore. And it is an issue, and it isn't at the same time. It is because there are actually people out there that are willing to help you, people that are willing to, make sure that you're okay, willing to make sure that you get home safe. And how it's a good thing because, you shouldn't trust anyone. Like you shouldn't trust, it's not that you shouldn't trust anyone. You shouldn't trust everyone, right? So, personally, it's not all men that will, jeopardize your trust. It's not all men that's going to bring you down or make sure that you're afraid when you go outside Make sure that you like fear for your life, because you never know what's going to happen on the next minute. There's a lot of guys out there that are actually willing to do a lot in order to maintain your safety, maintain your comfort as a woman, or as whatever you identify as, because nowadays, gotta have respect for genders and pronouns, because yeah, we all respect that. And yeah,
100%.
that's my call on it.
100%. Now,
Mhm.
I feel like everything we said is reasonable, but now the reason why we're here is when it gets ridiculous, from just okay, that's reasonable, to that's far out, that's very, I don't know, for lack of a better term, crazy. And like, this is where we take this mentality and start saying kill all men. That's when we start doing it. You feel me? That's over these things. I feel like that's where stuff like this starts to get a little ridiculous. I'm not saying this post, but somebody can apply this mindset and interpret it the wrong way and hate men off of a small majority of, minority of men that end up doing things that they shouldn't. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
I was actually going to even ask that question, and if you want to hear the question, it's uh, do you feel as though there are a lot of people who go through bad experiences and blame the majority for it? I mean, obviously, but why do you think that there is that uh, temptation to do so?
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
no, I was just gonna say, I was gonna add to that, man. I was just gonna say, you know what it is? It's either it's either it happens a lot for someone to think like that, or they went through something very, very, very traumatic where it just like that just gets synced into their head. Basically, is like, okay, stay away from this, stay away from that, And the thing is, I don't blame them, because I've been through a lot of traumatic stuff in my life, and I'm like, blocking out some certain stuff in the world and stuff, because I don't want the past to basically re-emerge into my brain again. So I understand why some people blame it on everything or everyone, but it's kind of like when you're at school, someone messes around and the whole class gets a detention, when the whole class didn't do anything wrong. It was just that one person, and it's kind of unfair, and it's kind of unfair for the whole class, basically, and the whole like minority, like a whole like race or whole gender or whole thing is really unfair. But people that think like that want to basically blame it on a lot of people, basically a whole race or a whole gender thing. They I understand some people because they're just scared. That's understandable. We are all scared sometimes, it's understandable. But the people that just do it because they just want to discriminate for whatever reason they have against certain genders, religions, races, whatever, yeah, ethnicity, whatever, yeah. That that just needs to, go. That's wrong. That's 100% wrong. That's sad. Wait, guys, can you still hear me?
Yeah, we were listening. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
okay,
you're
no.
right.
And
No, but yeah, no, it's just for my headphones died. But like, can I use the example that I want to use?
Yeah.
go ahead.
Basically, okay, so for most viewers that listen from the UK, shout out to my friends. Basically, like, we all know about Pakistanis and sports. For example, football. They say Pakistanis are not allowed to be football players. Can anyone tell me why? There's no real reason why I, as a Pakistani, cannot become a football player. There's no reason. What am I? Just because I'm one, I don't have control over what I am. I don't have control over why I'm a man, or why I'm a Pakistani, or why I was born in this country. I don't have control over anything like this. I don't have control. It was all in God's hands. It was God that did this to me. So, I mean, it's off topic, but if you have a problem with me, you practically have a problem with God. But like, it is what it is. But still, as I was saying with the football thing, I want to go pursue football, but I can't due to my race. Why? Why am I getting discriminated for being a Pakistani? And now with the whole, the whole men stuff now, I understand some women are scared. It's fine. I'm scared to go to the corner shop at 9 p.m. or 6 p.m. because I'm scared I'm gonna get stabbed for wearing a nice jacket or wearing nice shoes. When I walk out the house, usually I dress like a tramp. I'm gonna be honest. I don't dress nicely because I don't want people looking at me, and I don't want to get robbed, because if I get robbed, I'm gonna get stabbed, and then what's gonna happen? I'm gonna die. So it's not. I don't, and I mean this with the most respect. I don't mean this as any disrespect here, but it can happen to anyone. It does. It doesn't happen to one gender. Doesn't happen to one race. It literally happens to a lot of people. No matter what, you will always get something. Will always happen to you. For example, I get discriminated because I'm a Pakistani. I get called a dirty P word or the P word. For anyone that doesn't know what the P word is PAKI. It's a term that it's a racial slur that basically brings down Pakistanis, and it ain't right as well. But I don't want to sit here and get. I'm already getting punished for being a Pakistani. I don't want to be punished for being a man right now as well, because I don't do anything. I'm not part of this group of dirty pigs that don't know what manners are, that don't know how to treat people correctly, whether it's a man or a woman. I'm not part of that. I know how to treat people, and I treat people with the utmost respect, because I want respect myself. I want people to be nice to me. I'd be nice to people, but like, it is what it is. I don't know. You guys can take over.
You want me to go, guys, or because
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of have to blow the air horn and then move on to what we're really here for. But
all right. So the question that I just proposed, I had a lot less like sensitive of a way of delivering my answer, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to present a scenario, and then I'm going to bring my answer to it, but in a better way. So I think a lot of people, they might go through a traumatic experience, and they see the punching bag, so they go for it, right? And you're just in this spiral of anger, confusion, hate, all these things. So in that, it's easy. It what it comes down to is it's easier to make a generalization, than it is to be like, okay, it's only this small group of people who are doing this, as opposed to just saying, oh no, it's all of this type of person who is doing this, all this, you know what I mean? It's like saying, going back to the Islamophobia thing, it's like if one crazy extremist does something, crazy and just horrific, it's not fair for you to say, oh no, that represents all people who follow the religion of Islam. That's not a fair thing to say. That's not a right thing to say. And like I think at the end of it, it comes down to the fact that it is easy to make a generalization. Doesn't mean it's right, but I think this comes down to, like, people usually choose the easy path when it comes to explaining things. And in that whole easiness, I think generalization fits into it. Um, it's like if a woman were to get sexually harassed or raped or whatever it is, as horrible as it is, and you have your right to be angry, you have your right to be upset, you have your right to be just furious, but it wouldn't be the right thing to just say I hate all men because one dirty filthy pig did that to you. And I'm not trying to diminish anybody's experience. I'm not trying to make this about men. I'm not trying to do that. I'm sincerely, I'm just trying to present a maybe a different standpoint, but yeah, I don't, and if I don't, I just want to say also, if it seems like I'm taking a lot of pauses or whatever, it's just because, I want to present a good point, because I think if I don't present a good point, that's not fair to everybody in this conversation, So,
Exactly.
yeah. So if it seems like it's a bit choppy, if it, just understand I'm trying to give my best opinion, and I'm trying to be kind as well. So,
As we all are, yeah.
yeah,
All right.
well,
Trying to be
any
understanding.
All right. But does anyone else have a point or
I just, not really, no.
Kevin?
No, no.
All right. So check this out. Now, what? Now let's get to the real
great
question.
transition,
Let,
man.
let,
God.
let's get to the real questions. Now, all this stuff that we're looking at right now, I'm getting a little hype because we're going in a good direction now. All not all men, all this stuff. Like, why does society seem to hate men so much? And I got
Red.
it.
I just want to say something before we go into this. I apologize for the air horn.
Y'all
I don't
told me
know.
to do that.
No, not. I don't know if
Did-
I don't know about that one.
let it slide. That is like
All right,
we
okay.
it was an icebreaker. You feel me? Like
All right, okay.
let's change
Yeah,
the tone because this is where
yeah.
we step on the pedal.
Please,
So
everybody at home, don't get angry. We're just trying to lighten the mood, please.
yes, of
Exactly,
course
yeah.
that I tried, but
Because
all
I
right.
know this conversation brings up a lot of intense emotion, so we're just trying to lighten the mood and just
Exactly.
try to make people feel more comfortable. Yeah.
Hey
Exactly,
man,
exactly.
we gotta cause chaos to move the scenery. You feel me? That's how
Exactly.
stages work. But
Yeah.
all right. So all this is happening. There's a lot of hate towards men, not a monosity. I don't know, aminosity. Y'all know the word better than me. Now, there's a multitude of reasons why this is happening, and it all comes down to one consensus. We are failing as men. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
Mm.
lie, bro. That we are failing as men. And I mean that in like a very inspirational way. We are down 40 in the first half, and we can still win this game right now. And I need energy from every man that's listening to this right now, because I am sick and tired of y'all messing it up for us. I'm sick and tired. There's a difference between boys and men, and I don't want to see boys. I don't want to see that at all. I want to see men. I want to see people that I want to see masculinity. I want to see testosterone right
Oh
here,
God.
right now. And let's get into it, because now this is what I call the testosterone playbook, baby. Because there's too many things that we're messing up, and it's not our fault because of a multitude of reasons. But let's get into it. I'm gonna present this first thing. Actually, no. What do y'all think is really like the big reasons why you feel like there's a huge, you know, uh problem with men in terms of, I'm not saying like there's a,
Oh,
it's just like
no,
there's
no.
not enough
Yeah.
teaching, there's not enough development of
Exactly.
men.
Exactly. Yeah, I got this. I got this. Is parents.
Mm,
Parents are one of the main things. You see, parents have got to teach their children, both, especially men nowadays, especially men, what is wrong and what is right. Because a lot of men in this world, I mean, some of the parents just be like, yeah, go do your thing, we don't care. Like that's wrong. You got to teach your son what is right and what is wrong at a very young age, so that when they get to a teenage age, they won't be immature and do like dirty dong
hmm
from the vlog squad, you know.
And that's definitely a big problem, especially with parenting, especially with um the large percentage of just a lack of a male presence in any
Mm,
household, because there are so many problems that stem from just like there's no man in the house. No
exactly,
offense
yeah.
to the women, but it's like a woman can't take a man's role to teach a boy how to be a man. You just can't do that.
Yeah.
A woman can't teach a boy how to be a man, and a man can't teach a girl how to be a woman. You just can't. You just can't. There's certain things that a man knows because he's from birth
Man.
been a man. And to have that out of the household, or just not just a lack of presence, even if he is there, because he doesn't even know himself, it's like that's gonna mess up your psyche, because there's so many problems that I see is just like if someone pulled you to the side as a man, just like, like your uncle's like, and he sees like, Joe, he just gives you a playbook. He just gives you a play like, yo, just do this, this, and this, you'll be all right. Do you know how important that is? And we don't have it. So now we got all these drifters drifting around because they don't even know what to do. They don't know how to talk to women. They don't know how to work out. They don't know how to do this. They don't know how to fix a house. Not like that matters nowadays. Or do something that's, that testosterone, baby. Like, that's what we do out here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's just that, like, how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like, the parenting isn't really doing a good job to raise us men?
I think it's not doing a good job, and I know some sadly some like boys and yeah even some girls, they don't grow up with a certain parent in their life, like as I did, growing up. So I had to figure out myself what was right and what was wrong, because I didn't have my dad there throughout my life to teach me the ways of being a man, a proper man, a real man. I'm talking to no, I'm joking, but I didn't have a dad. Like I had to learn it myself. Like like see how people act and see how they react to certain stuff. You see, like I saw like for example violence. I would look at someone hitting someone and the pain it causes them and how people look at it. I'm like, okay, cool. I can't do that. It shouldn't be like that though. It really shouldn't. Parents should be there for their kids. Parents are basically the first teachers to teach the kids. You can't send a kid to school and expect them to turn out great. When you go to school, what do you learn? Pythagoras theorem, and that's it. A parent gotta teach a kid common sense instead of failing them like they're doing right now. Because most men in the world, the reason they act the way they act is because lack of parenting. But yeah.
Yeah,
Anyone else?
I yeah.
Matt?
I actually brought this up to you, Amani. I think it's just there are a lot of people who are ready to become parents, but they're not ready to become. They're not ready for. What am I saying? There are a lot of people who are ready to become parents, but there are not a lot of people who are ready to become parents.
Mm.
Now, I don't know if the viewers understood what that means, but what I'm trying to say is, yeah, you're ready to become a parent, a guardian, meaning you're ready to provide, but you're not ready to be
Teacher.
a teacher. Yes. What's the other word? A mentor, which I think is a
Role
problem with a lot of parents nowadays, where it's okay, I have my own ambitions. You know, I gotta sell all these houses. I gotta do all this. I gotta work. But it's like they don't take time with their kids. They don't spend any time, which is a thing that I've seen in my own life. I'm not gonna bring up my own life because that's a story for another day. But man, I like I've seen parents just like their kid is trying to tell them something like, oh, mom, dad, I learned how to do this, all this stuff on in the store, and like the parents aren't even paying attention to them, and it's like that's the problem. There's no parents need to show interest in their children, amongst other things, and like I think it's very, 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 very 20 more varies important for parents to be in the lives of their kids, especially during puberty as well. Like for me, I had no guidance during puberty. I was literally on my own. Nobody told me nothing about how my body was changing. I mean, I knew yeah, none whatsoever. Yep, Monty, that's very true. I had none whatsoever. But and I had to figure stuff out on my own. I think I knew um what's it called? Just from being a kid, I knew, like, stuff, it's the basic stuff, like don't touch people if they don't give you permission. That's like an obvious thing, that I think everybody should know. I mean, um, sadly and horrifically, a lot of there's a good portion that don't know, but but um, yeah, man, it's just parents need to be involved in their children. When your son is turning into a man, when he's going through that process, you have to guide him through it. You have to show him the ropes. You have to show him, all this stuff, so he goes on the right path. And mothers need to show their daughters, what's it called, how to be a woman, and just carry themselves, and just all this stuff. And there's a lacking in that. And look, man, there's also some, a father could give advice to his daughter, and a mother could give advice to his, um, a mother could give advice to her son. So there's also that. But yeah, it's my, yeah. Anyone else, or?
Kevin, before I
Oh yeah. Oh,
okay.
so I feel like, yeah, it is a part of parenting. There are certain topics that parents, need to touch on to educate their children for the future. Um, it's like what Imani was saying before. There has to be like a parental figure there to demonstrate to their kids, if it's either to the son or to the daughter, on how, on how respect is gained, on how trust is made, on you know, how you're supposed to act, and what you're not supposed to do, what you are supposed to do. And even if there isn't or wasn't any parental figures around to, guide these people into becoming into the people they are going to become or already are today. Um, I feel like there are still many examples which people can learn from in order to mature and develop and realize what is right, what is wrong, what you should do, what you shouldn't. And yeah, um, you know, it's like what Imani was saying before, about how, a male parental figure would, pull his son aside and give him the talk, or, talk about certain things that a mother wouldn't talk about to the son. And there are things that the, female parental figure would talk things about to the daughter that the male parental figure wouldn't talk about, right? Like teach them things, like just like what Matt was saying too, just like what Matt was referring to, like not like don't touch people, don't invade their personal circle, don't invade their space. Um, make sure you're respectful, make sure you listen to them, make sure you understand them, make sure you put your point across, make sure they understand, make sure they put their point across, make sure you understand, right? It's like respect. It goes both ways, right? It comes down to the point where the the boy or the girl or the man and the woman has to grow up and realize that, there are boundaries to things. There are certain things you shouldn't do because, a lot of the times it's going to strike fear on either one or the other side, because it's not, because like touching back, it's not, women aren't the only, like that's not the only gender, like that's not the only side that has fear when it comes to going outside. Because also going back to what we were talking about before, like men men also has fear when they go outside at night. other genders as well, on whatever you identify, you may also have fears when you go outside, right? It's not just men, it's everyone, right? So I'd say it really isn't just men, and it's not all men, but it's everyone. It's like a general thing, because a lot of men also has the same fear. A lot of men share the same fear. Like, it's not just because we're a man, we go outside and we're like, hey, yeah, nothing's gonna happen to us. You never know. You never know if, like, you're gonna get robbed. You never know if someone's planning on your downfall, like to jump you. You never know if the next minute when you show up to a deli, like, people are actually after you. And you never know if you're gonna die. You never know if you're gonna get robbed. You never know if you're gonna get beat up. You never know if you're gonna get threatened, right? So it goes both ways. It's not only women that shares that same fear, men shares it as well. And I believe every other gender and every other side also experiences the same fears, because it's more of a general thing. It's more about the person. But yeah, that's my point. That's what I wanted to elaborate on. And the reason, and also, and just like what Matt was saying, I'm also trying to, the reason why I'm pausing so much is because, I'm trying to word it in the most respectful way possible, in order for us in here in this podcast, and you guys as audience, to come to an understanding, so that we can reflect on each other's views and come down to an understanding at the end of the day, and make sure that we're on the same page, and make sure that no hate. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I feel like everyone said what I was going to say on that to a
can,
T.
you can I just say one message though?
Yeah.
Uh, this might strike people in somewhat of a wrong way, but people, if you're thinking of becoming a parent, please be ready. Now, I'm not talking about financially ready. I'm not talking about, oh, are all the bills paid or all the price. No, I'm talking about, are you ready to be a parent? Regardless, man, woman, whatever it is, are you ready? So before you decide I'm going to be a parent, just figure out what's inside of yourself. Like, is everything inside of me all good? Have I fixed all my problems with mental health, if you have it, or whatever it may be? Am I ready to be a parent? Am I ready to be a mentor? You have to ask yourself that before you actually become a parent, because look, people, if you are not ready, you know we as a society are just going to continue this cycle, and well, we have the power to end it. So let's try to end
This cycle.
this cycle of misfortune, or whatever it may be. Let's just try to improve each other, and just be ready, man. That's it.
It's a start. If you just The parenting is just a start.
Actually, wait, hold on. Let me say this. Now I got something.
Mhm.
Um, especially as a man, especially in the position that we are in, I feel like no, this is actually the truth. The man is the foundation of the family. That's it. That for and depends on how much power you put into that family. You probably will be the foundation for a long time. Like if you have a kid and you get a wife, okay, let me reverse that. You get a wife, have a kid, and you spread your knowledge to them and stuff like that. Come on, like that's the foundation of a family right there. It's the man. The woman is also the caretaker, the glue of it. The man just I don't know, gets two pieces and then the woman's just the glue. That's a horrible analogy, but that's what it is. So we have probably the hardest role because we are probably the most influential in that entire generation of just us. Like that's like we're the most influential just that to our children's life, our wife's life, and their grandkids. Like that's it right there. Because what we tell our child, we'll tell the next child. That will tell the next child to the next to the next, and it starts now. As soon as you get up in the morning, actually it started yesterday, so it's just like we gotta do something, man, so that's I feel like, especially as a man, especially how we're, how many fathers are walking out the door right now. Like we cannot make that mistake, and we got to stop this, little storm that's happening, right? Big storm, actually, big storm that's happening, and we can't allow it to go any more than it should. We need to become a man, and as a father, actually, that's one of the most important things. But does anyone else have a thing before I move on to the next topic?
You just got to be mentally and physically ready to bring up a child.
Yes, sir. And now on to the next topic. Besides, the parenting and stuff like that. Let's say, you just never, your father was just never in your life in terms of their mentally or physically. What are you supposed to do as a man? I'm gonna answer. Wait, hold on. Purpose, baby. That's what we need in life. That's anybody. That's purpose.
Yeah.
We need purpose. We are put on this earth not to get biblical, but that's a horrible word. But like, look,
religious,
man,
not to get religious.
not we get religious, but I'm gonna go down that path anyway because that's the best example I ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Before we, the Adam and Eve story. Before Adam got Eve, he had work. He had work to do as a man. That's the first thing he got ever. It wasn't a woman. It wasn't, besides probably air, he needed that. Like, the first thing he got was work. And now you may be thinking, oh, he had to shovel something. No, that's not what work means, baby. I'm about to mix it up on y'all. I was told by a very good conglomerate that the word work in Hebrew means become yourself. That's our purpose in life, to become ourselves. And that's to anybody, to be honest. We have to work to become ourselves. That's our purpose. And that can be in anything. That can be in sports. That can be making a house, whatever you want to do in life, which most likely you'll be naturally attracted to. That's what we are put on this earth to do, to become ourselves through whatever we work towards. And he's got football. I got this podcast that's basketball. Matt got this podcast and his degree. Kevin, Mr. Philosopher over there, he's just gonna write a book. That's our purposes in life. That's what we were supposed to do. So how do y'all feel about that? Because I feel like that's probably the very first thing that a man has to do to discover his purpose, become
100%.
himself, and then everything will follow through.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Because if you don't have purpose, what do you have?
Exactly, nothing.
Exactly. That's why life is easier when you have goals to meet, aspirations to achieve. When you have purpose, life gets easier when you have purpose because you have a goal, your eyes are set, and you go. It's like a race. It's like a marathon. Sorry, you got to get to the end point. And once you get to that end point, you're going to be sitting at the top of the mountain. You're going to be chilling. Your life will be perfect. You have gone through the ups and downs, of course, but in those ups and downs, you would have learned very, very, very valuable lessons. And once you learn from those lessons, you have the information. I'm gonna just say you're gonna have everything to pass it on to your son. You have everything to pass on to your son. Comes back to good parenting. You have everything to pass on to your family, basically. Your children. And then they do the same as well. And that's it. Purpose, basically.
Kevin, you want to go next or?
I think I'll pass on this one.
All right.
I think I'll pass on this one.
So yeah, I definitely agree. Purpose is you need the road to get to your destination. And I think if you definitely have goals, you will go places, man, and good people will follow, and those people are going to give you information that's going to add on to the well of info and knowledge you have, and you could pass on. Like, look, man, my hope, when it's my time is, have you guys ever watched Creed 2?
Yep.
I
You
wish I
know,
could show clips on, but yes.
um, right now, I finally understood the last scene of the movie, because in the last scene, um, I think his name is Donnie, the main character. Don, what's his name? I don't know. Michael B. Jordan's character. You know,
Adonis, I
yeah,
think. Yeah.
Adonis. Yeah, he beat Ivan Drago's son, and they're just cheering in the ring and everything. And you know, he does this thing where he tells Rocky to come on, come up on the ring with me. But then Rocky's like, nah, it's all right. I'll stay here. I finally understood what that meant.
Mm.
And it was, no, I'm not going to come up because it's all right. I did everything. My part's done. You know,
He fulfilled his purpose.
he's yeah. And that's kind of when it's my time. I want to see that. I just my son or grandson is like, oh, dad, grandpa, come on. But then I'm just sitting in the chair like, nah, it's okay. You know, I see everybody happy, and then it's just like there's no need for me anymore, I've done what I had to do, and just, that's it, man. Like, it's just,
Fulfilled your
yeah,
purpose.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. Can I add something as well
This
to
is
this
my last
purpose?
ride. Yep. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
But to some people, because I have a few friends and I know a few people that have said that they don't know what their purpose is and they don't know what they want to do in life. They don't know what their dreams or their goals are. The thing is with it, it takes time. It takes time. So instead of just giving up on it, saying, yeah, I don't know what I want to do. Okay, so I'm just going to do this and that and just live my life normally. Like, you shouldn't do that. You should go on a journey to find your purpose, because you could be 25 and you found your purpose. You can be like 30 and find your purpose then. Purpose doesn't have like like a like purpose. It doesn't come to you straight away. Obviously some people get it straight away, like they know what they want to do and they set their eyes and they go. Obviously those people, yeah, they got it. But other people will always find their purpose. So if you haven't found your purpose yet, all you got to do is just keep searching, keep looking at stuff, try something new, keep learning from your mistakes, keep learning from your life lessons that you have gone through and stuff. And then when you found your purpose one day, because everyone will find their purpose one day, as soon as you find your purpose, you just go fulfill it and you will find inner peace at the end of it. So yeah.
Anybody else want to add on to purpose, or I guess not. So boom. I feel like one of the other main, I lost it. Okay, not okay. I got it again. One of the other main things that is important, of course, is again testosterone. But besides that, like, just you have a body, man. You have to take care of it. You have to take care of it. There's so many benefits to just working out and just doing a day-to-day thing, like just having responsibility and accountability to yourself, which the best way to do it is through working out. And we could broaden that topic to actually just holding yourself accountable to your goal. But we could just say working out, because hey man, to be honest, you kind of need a body like this. I like you just as a man, well, not specifically like this, probably tone it down a little, like, bro, come on, like, you have to be in fit physical shape, because that you just have to as a man. I feel like you just have to, because there's just too many things, there's too much time in the day to not take care of yourself. You can't be fat and a slob and stuff like that. That's not that just shows you have no discipline and self-control for yourself. And that could extend to other things with the self-control, with porn, eating fast food, eating Burger King, having estrogen in your body. Like that's not, all of that stuff all goes into just accountability to your physical self. Everything we talked about is mostly mental, but physical is also a very important thing. That's basically what I'm saying. We need to keep ourselves physically fit because, hey man, you never know when you need to run a mile in 5 minutes. You never know. So I feel like,
Exactly.
so how do y'all feel about that? Like the physical aspect of a man, is that as equally as important as what we're talking about?
Yeah, 100%. And also when it comes to working out, though, you don't need to work out like 6 times a day or like 6 times a week or like even
It would
twice
be
a week.
nice.
Yeah, but even twice a week, like jogging, that's fine. You don't need to lift up heavy weights and stuff. Jogging is fine. Jogging is literally fine. And doing a few push-ups and press-ups or whatever you call it, sit-ups, whatever, like twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, it's fine. You don't need to over push yourself and get all these supplements and blah blah blah. You don't need to do it. Just literally twice a week, and you feel good about yourself. Like after I finish a jog, like a 1K jog, even to be fair, when I finish a 1K jog, like bro, like I feel like I've achieved something, like I've done something, and I'm getting more closer to my goal or my purpose or something, like like some stuff like that, and it don't you, like you shouldn't see it in a bad way. Basically, like working out, like is a really good thing. It helps with your um with your I forgot the word what it was, but it helps with your level, like your like your fitness level, of course, but like your mental health levels as well. So it helps keep balance. Basically, it's one thing that helps you keep balance. Keep a balanced mental health. Basically, because obviously if you have a little bit of too much or too less, it always goes sideways. But that's the thing. Even twice a week, to be fair, I recommend twice a week. You don't need to go to the gym, to be fair. You can even do it at home. Like you don't even need equipment. Just get some running shoes, get some shorts on or sweatpants on or whatever. Get yourself a t-shirt or tank top. Go for a jog and stretch first. Even stretching, to be fair, when you wake up in the morning, stretching even helps. You don't even need to work out on that day, but stretching is really, really good for the human body too. You benefit from it a lot as well. And yeah, like Imani said, you got to look after your body, because without your body, there's no you, and without you, there's no body. So you got to look after your body, because it's very important. You only get one body. It's not like you can replace your body. So you got to look after it, take care of yourself. And yeah, and you're most like and it also helps with your immune system. It boosts your immune system. uh, you are less likely to get CHD, coronary heart disease, which a lot of people generally could get if they don't like work out. And like Imani said, just eat fast food, no homemade food, no healthy food. Like even if it's like a no balanced diet, basically. Like no, if you don't have a balanced diet, you can end up getting like obese, and you can get CHD, which is really bad, coronary heart disease, which is really bad for your health and stuff. But yeah, you just gotta look after yourself. Not obviously don't go too hard, but like yeah, just look after your body, like Imani said.
Anybody else or?
Kevin, you want to go first, or?
Um, because we're still on the topic of purpose, correct?
No, well, we're mostly on like the physical side of a man, like how being physically fit, how important that is.
Mm-hmm. So this might okay. So like I'm taking a little shortcut, right? Because so a lot of people nowadays look at a man and goes, "Oh, hey, I wonder if this guy's fit. I wonder if this guy has abs. I wonder if this guy has like muscle. I wonder if this guy is actually like, you know, strong looking, like Zeus type energy, right?" And, having having a great physical appearance boosts your confidence into a whole nother level. It boosts your confidence to a point where it boosts it way more to the point that you're currently in. Like, let's say, because you can always get better tomorrow. You're never at your best. You could still go higher always, right? That's one thing that I want to touch on. Like, if you really think you're at your best right now, even if it's like the most strongest, the most built guy out there, like, or women, like, if they aspire to gain uh physical attributes, or like physical appearance, like when it comes to like looking fit and stuff, you're never at your best. You're never at your best. You can always climb higher, right? So I feel like, your physical appearance, like looking fit, not only does it bring your confidence up into a whole nother level, like you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror, right? Me as a man, if I were, because like I'm going to admit it right now, I'm somewhat fit, right? I'm like not too built, but I look at myself and I'm like, damn, once I achieve that body, it's like it's gonna be like a whole different me, because like I'm gonna feel so confident about myself. Not only that, but it's healthier for you. You're going to be a lot healthier. You're going to have a lot more stamina. Um, it's going to boost your confidence a whole lot. And I feel like that whole like appearance thing, wanting to look strong, wanting to gain um like those physical attributes, it unlocks a whole new like man in you, like, pause, right? But you know because like that's what I thought. That's what I thought back when the whole like virus thing started, where like the worldwide pandemic, when it first started, in my mind I visualized myself with Zeus's body, and I'm like, wow, what if I achieved that? And so I was like going at it for like 3 months, and then I stopped. But during those 3 months, I felt so great. I would look myself in the mirror and be like, holy cow, like, wow, I'm looking really good, but I can definitely do better tomorrow. And so yeah, I feel like the whole appearance thing is, looking like that will bring you many positive things. I'm not saying appearance matters. I'm not saying appearance dictates a person. I'm not saying appearance is literally the manuscript that describes what type of person you are. I'm saying wanting to strive for such a look, wanting to strive to look like that is a good thing. It's a very exceptional thing, right? It's nothing bad. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Kevin, and it's also like, to be honest with you, man, I don't think it appearance matters as much as one thing, and that one thing is having the right mentality about these sort of things. Because at the end of the day, yeah, body, success, all these things, it matters, but at the end of the day, all these things are just followers. The leader is having a good mentality about these things. You know, these things alone, they don't matter, right? But if you have a good mentality, right, about all these things, all those things that I just mentioned, success, the good body, have a good attitude about life, all these things, that follows having a good mentality about life.
Your
So,
mindset.
yeah, a good mindset. So at the end of the day, a good body, it matters, but it doesn't, at the end of the day, it's just a follower. The real thing you should strive for is having a good mindset on life. Because once you have that, it's going to lead to this. It's going to lead to whatever success you want to achieve in your life, and it's going to lead to, you having a good relationship and amongst other things you want. So,
A happy life
yep.
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and just want to add as well.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it for other people. Do it for yourself. See, some people set goals where they want to achieve a certain type of body goal, right? Not too, not too muscly, but a little bit lean. A little bit average, maybe. And that's your own goal for yourself because that's how you want to look. It's kind of like a haircut. When you go to the barber shop, you don't ask the barber, okay, pick a hairstyle for me. I don't really care. You choose your haircut, right? Same way you can choose your body, how you want it to look. I don't want to be built like, like Cali muscle, you know? That dude, like, that's a little bit too big for me, or like Akinfenwa. I don't want to be built like that. I want to be kind of like Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, or even Messi, Lionel Messi. I want to be like that, for example, And but the thing is, like, but yeah, that's how I want to look. But like, you should do this for yourself, though. You should basically work out. You should look after your body for yourself and not for anyone else. You shouldn't get a six pack because some people find it hot or whatever. No, you should do it because you either find it, nice. You either find it nice, or or for your benefits too. Because having muscle helps you with your day to day job, your day to day lifestyle, everything. Yeah, having muscle, basically being physically healthy, basically is really good. I'm not saying be able to pick up a lorry or a truck or something, nothing like that. But like be physically fit for yourself, not for other people. Like to how some men like listen to some girls saying, some women saying that they want a guy with a six pack, a 6 foot, stuff like that. Don't listen to that, bro. Be you in it. Like have a healthy life, have a healthy mindset for yourself and for no one else. Don't bend to other people's needs, as in like, and like, and it makes you go crazy. Don't do that to yourself. Basically, don't like do something for someone that won't make you happy. Do something for yourself that will basically make you happy. And having a healthy, balanced lifestyle, meaning healthy, balanced diet, healthy, balanced exercising and stuff like that. It will benefit you a lot, and yeah. So just do it for yourself and don't do it for anyone else. Basically, like I do this for myself. I don't do it for anyone else because they find it attractive or they find it cool, or yeah, that's sick, bro. Like, no, I don't do it for that. I do it for myself. Same way Ronaldo does this for himself. The reason he's built like this is because he does it for himself. And being built like this helps him with football. Same way I want to do that. Like I want to do this. I want to be built like this because it will help me with football as well. And like the same way he looks after his body, he really does look after his body. That's why he's fit. That's why his mentality is really there. Like his mindset is locked on, is there. And that's how I basically kind of want to be. Like him basically, but in my own person. But yeah, like I do this for myself. I don't do it for anyone else. No family, nothing like that. I chose this, and I do it for myself, like anyone else in this world should. But yeah, just yeah, stay healthy.
All right. I got one question and then one more point to make, and then I feel like that's all we could really say for the testosterone playbook, baby. But what is things that men should avoid? This is an open question. Y'all could just say whatever. Like what do we need to avoid that will prevent us from being like this, or just also the mental thing, like to physically and mentally limit us. Like, what do you guys feel is
Well, his main thing
Blaming.
is estrogen.
besides that?
Well, you want my
Sorry.
take on it, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
open mic.
All right. Blaming women for all your trials and tribulations when it comes to getting women.
100%.
That is, I think, one of the biggest killers, because look, man, at the end of the day, you have your right to reject people, and she has 100% of the right to reject you if she wants to. Look, man, at the end of the day, yeah, I understand. Look, there's guys who are 6'3", just jacked, just looking like, Zeus, right? But they get rejected too, right? But look, man, it's just, you know, it's just, even with that, it's like, improve yourself as well, and if you get rejected, don't be discouraged. Just be like, all right, you know what? She wasn't feeling it tonight. Maybe we weren't the correct puzzle pieces or whatever. Just go about it like that. But don't ever blame a woman. Be like, oh, screw her. Oh, she's just crazy. She's old. You know what I mean? No, don't do that, because at the
100%.
end of the day, it's like what we mentioned in the previous episode. You're not facing reality. You're living in a delusion. You're living in denial, and it's not good for you, man. Because at the end of the day, it's like, oh, you know what? I don't need to improve myself. I'm great just the way I am. Whatever, But you gotta improve yourself where you see you need to improve. And also, what I mean by improve is like, don't hate the hardware you're given, but if you want to improve it, go ahead and do it. Don't blame others if they don't, like the hardware that you can upgrade. If they don't like it, then guess what? Upgrade it, man. That's it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Also, to add to that, you should see rejection as redirection, as a lot of people are saying nowadays. You should not be like Matt said, like, be like, okay, blah, like basically be rude and aggressive to the person that rejected you, basically. Because, like, yeah, they weren't feeling you. It's not the end of the world. There's plenty of people in this world. Plenty of, or as people say, plenty of fishes in the sea. You'll find the right dynamic duo, basically. For yourself. You'll find the right person for you. So don't take it to heart if you get rejected. If you get rejected, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. There's literally a lot more people in this world. Like, you should not basically like just, you should take it on the chin, basically. Just see it as a redirection. Just be yourself, and then one day you walk into that person that you want in your life. But yeah.
Kevin?
Yeah. Also, oh yeah, no mind.
Yeah, I would like to touch up on that actually. It's not the end of the world when it comes to, getting rejected. It's like the famous saying, everyone knows this, there's plenty of other fish in the sea. There's plenty of other opportunities, and in my belief, everything happens for a reason. And also, um, don't feel as if, you have to have a Zeus body. Like, don't follow like social approval. Follow what you want. Follow, oh hey, I want abs because I think it looks cool and it's gonna make me feel happy because it looks nice. Oh, I'm gonna do this and that because I like this and that, right? Don't feel as if you're like pressured, like it's necessary to go and have the body of the god of lightning in order to pull people, because really it's not about appearance, it's about who you are as a person. It's about how you reflect your image towards your actions, your feelings, and just you in general. It's not all about appearance, right? So again, don't follow social standards and just be like, hey, I need abs in order to, attract people. I need abs so that I can look cool. No, because there are people out there who have beer bellies, and I know that they're way cooler than people who has abs, right? So again, it all comes down to what you want to do. If you really want to look like that, then look like that. Work for it. Come on, let's go. Nothing is stopping you. Nothing is stopping you, right? Go and do it. And if you don't want it either, then that's fine as well. You're going to be accepted regardless for who you are, because you're not supposed to be judged by your appearance, but by like not even judged at all. Like what am I even saying? It's like you're not supposed to be like judged at all because we're each our own individual person, right? So please, for all the people out there, it's not all about appearance. Please, you're loved by the way you are. And if you really want, you know, to look good physically and stuff, then do it because you want to. Do it because you want to look like that because it makes you happy. Don't do it because the other person or your significant other or others think about and tell you to do. Do it if you want to. That's all I have to say.
Exactly.
I love your points. I actually do, because I was actually gonna go into that. That's why I was like, you know what, I have a question and then a thing to say, but y'all just went into what I was going to say. Well, kind of, because I'm gonna be honest. Listen, man, there is a big difference between being fat and being fit. All these things that we just mentioned, the purpose, being a good father, all this stuff matters. Especially, are some people's main goal to get a girlfriend or a wife. You have to improve yourself to earn that, and that's why we said all these things first, and then get women last. Because listen, women for men is not the final destination. That's not the final goal. We're not supposed to sit there and just service a woman as like she's a goddess. Like, we're supposed to be on our own journey and then meet a woman along the way that's interested in us, and she'll be around for the journey. That's it. That's how it's supposed to be, and that's how it always will be. I don't know if we can really change that. That's just human nature. You feel me? So I feel like all these things matter, to become a better man and a better person, and to get women, because listen, man, that's what, and like that's a part of the goal. But that's what it is, man. We can't sit there and be called useless by anybody. We can't, so just as long as we have something, we will be all right. Everything will fit into place. All we have to do is just have purpose in our life. That's really it.
Exactly.
Right. Anybody else want to say something before we wrap this up?
I mean, I kind of want to say one last thing, because I don't want people to take this as oh, you have to go out, you have to work out. I just want to point out that everyone is beautiful in their own way, and if someone calls you ugly, you see a middle finger, shove it in their mouth. Not literally, just joking, but like, yeah, if someone calls you ugly, you can just tell them to go away. Basically, I'm not gonna swear, but go
I knew what you were gonna say too, but yeah.
So technical. But you tell them to F off, basically. Tell them to fudge off. Because let me tell you something about them. Are they pretty? No. You know why? Because their personality is ugly. How I know is because why are they coming up to you, calling you ugly, body shaming you? For what reason? Like, don't listen to these people. They're just negative people, and they are jealous of you. Let's be real.
And
Because
then
why
that's
else would
facts,
they?
that's a whole nother thing. The haters, man. The second you start improving, people get uncomfortable because you're starting to become better than them. Don't disregard it. Don't care, because guess what? Your rock hard abs can shatter steel. That's what we want. Testosterone, but we you know what we don't want to end up? We don't want to end up with the testosterone level of an 85-year-old man. But that's besides the point. We need as soon as you start your journey, expect backlash, expect your own everybody to, like, a lot of people to go against you. If they don't, hey man, keep them close. But that's it, man. That's a part of the journey. Once you start changing, your environment changes around you, and it's not your fault. It's just your environment may be toxic. You feel me?
Exactly. And
all those people around you settling for less, drifting around like they're a car. No, you're supposed to go straight forward. You're supposed to go 200 miles, maybe 150 if you like to go at a smoother pace. But yeah.
it's not exactly, yeah. Like Imani said, exactly, bro. And like, as I was saying, if once you like go towards your purpose and stuff, yeah, a lot of toxic people are going to be dropped out of your life. And listen, even if they're your blood family, yeah, even if they're your blood family, or even if they were your best friend, as close as your best friend, yeah, you let them go. You don't grab onto them because it's like you're tying an anchor to your ankle or a cinder block to your ankle and jumping in the ocean. You're going to make yourself drown. Why? Just to impress a toxic person. You see, because while you're trying to impress this toxic person or try keep them in your life, yeah, they're doing their thing, wherever they are, yeah, sociopaths now. But like they're doing their own thing, like and they're probably going to wherever they want to be and stuff. By the time they get there, what they're gonna do to you? Drop you like you're a fly, So that's why you focus on your own purpose and you keep going. The real friends will stay, the real family will stay, and I swear to you, I mean, I can't make this up. You see it as you keep going on the journey. It'll be hard to let these people go. I've done it before. It's hard, but it's good for you, and you benefit from it a lot, and you will feel at peace. But yeah.
Yeah.
I had to stop sharing for a second to find something. I couldn't find it, so there's that. I was trying to get some sound effects, but yeah.
Can I make one point though about that post from previously?
Which one?
The all men thing.
Yep.
Again, about generalization, I don't think it's a fair generalization because, I don't think it's also fair for people to call all women from the Me Too movement liars. That's not a fair generalization because most of those women are probably telling their truth and telling the truth, and, it wouldn't be fair to just call all those women liars, so I feel like that same mentality has to be put into this all men thing where it's like, okay, let's not unfairly generalize all men, because at the end of the day, it wasn't fair when everybody was calling, women from me too liars, right? So, at the end,
Especially if they're working, as we said, hard as us, and stuff like that. We don't need these comparisons. We don't need these generalizations to affect us. We are not them. They are not us. You feel me? And that applies to both sides. Don't do that.
Don't have a double standard,
That too.
Fair.
That too.
And also
be respectful of each other.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, and also, the post, it's a little contradictory. And I'm saying that because, the post is saying, yes, it's not all men. We're going about it with a mentality where, yes, it's not all men, but, your actions aren't really, showing that. What you're saying, your actions don't really match it because, you're going around afraid that it's all men, but, you're telling people that, no, we don't think it's all men. So, it's kind of a contradiction if you think about it.
Exactly. And can I add to that as well, please?
Yes.
I kind of forgot what I was going to say, but also, just to add to that as well, first of all, let me just say this, 100% as men, we need to do more instead of just sitting here and just watching it happen and complaining, saying it's not all men, it's not all men. Because yes, number one, it is not all men that do it, but a lot of women are getting harassed. Almost every woman on this earth is getting harassed. Is getting stuff that shouldn't be happening to them. And us as men need to do our jobs, and we need to go knock. No, I'm joking. We don't need to knock these people out, but we need to go knock some sense into these dirty pigs. Because I'm sorry if that sounds a little bit rude, but that's what they are. They need to learn respect. They need to learn what respect is. They need to learn what personal space is. They need to learn what morals are. They need to learn all the basics, basically common sense, bro. And as men, we should spread awareness about this to other men that are good, obviously other good men. And as humanity, as let's say, we can tackle this and end this, because I'm sorry, I have a younger sister and I don't want her to walk on the street. I don't want her to walk on the street uncomfortably. I would want her to be comfortable and feel safe, and that's with police officers being around too, because whoever's from the UK, from England, we all know what happened to, sorry, I can't say her last name, but yeah, like a police officer did that to her. A police officer hit a police officer basically is meant to protect and serve the community, you know. But what did the police officer do? He just murdered a innocent Everard. Yeah, Sarah Everard. Yeah, rest in peace to her, man. Rest in peace to her. That I hope that police officer goes down for years, man. But what that police officer did was disgusting and wrong and vile. I'm not going to even say what he did to her, but that was just wrong. And us as men, us as the good men in this world, we need to do our part to protect women, to make women feel safe, and to get these dirty pigs off the street and teach them a lesson. Sorry if I sound a little bit aggressive or whatever, but it's the truth. We need to tackle this. We need to tackle this problem before it escalates even more, as it shouldn't have anyways, because this shouldn't need to be a problem in this world, but it is. Here we are. But yeah, as men and women, we need to all come together, and instead of blaming each other, we need to look at the bigger picture. We need to look at the bigger problem and tackle it, you know, because while we're blaming each other, a lot more people are going to get hurt, you know. So what we need to do is, instead of saying not all men and saying, women are wrong, blah blah blah, I don't know what these people say. They'd be saying the most randomest stuff ever, but like, you know, like we should be working together, man. Like we should be working together, not against each other, because if we work together, we will be so strong as a unit, and we will, but give it a month or something, bro. Okay, not a month, but you know, give it a few months, bro. This will be gone if we all come together, you know. If we all come together and tackle this problem, it will be gone, you know. But yeah, but like Matt said as well, you know, for example, me personally, I don't like, you know, like, I don't, obviously I'm stuttering because I don't want to say something to offend anyone, but me personally, it hurts me that people are saying not all men, not all, because it's not me, and I'm trying my best as well to help women. I'm trying my best to do my part as a man, you know, like to spread awareness about this, to do anything, because like I said before, I already get punished for being a Pakistani, which I shouldn't have, and other people as well, other Pakistanis, Bengalis, even Indians, they get punished for even of other backgrounds and ethnicities. They get punished for their race. For what reason? You know, it shouldn't be a real thing. You know, and now men are getting blamed for stuff that they don't even do. I'm talking about good men. I'm not talking about the dirty pigs. They're not even men. They're not real men. Like this 48-year-old police officer is not a real man. He's a, sorry for swear word, he's a dirty pig. He's a dirty pig. But yeah, but I don't want to keep it too long. But yeah, instead of blaming each other and making up these, or like, you know, making up these words and stuff to discriminate against each other, we should come together as humanity, as humans, as a community, and tackle this problem together head on. You know, men and women unite together, and this problem will be gone. You know, it will be out the window. But yeah, that's what I got to say.
All right. Nobody has anything else to add, right? Or
no, not really.
No.
nope. All right. Yeah, that was a podcast, everybody. Hope everybody enjoyed. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
The raw goats, baby.
Yeah,
the raw goats.
Happy New Year.
Yes, sir.
I'll stop. But
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was the Raw Goats podcast. You know, just constantly adding on to the outro every single episode, adding something new.
Yes, sir. We figured out sound, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have fire. We men make fire now. So.
Yes, sir. Sticks rub together, not to, but all right.
Exactly. This podcast is like the beginning of, you know, women and men just figuring out how to clamp rocks and sticks together to make a car. So, you know, just stand by with us, everybody. But
yes,
that
sir.
being said, ladies and gentlemen, this was the Raw Goats podcast. People, be enlightened and stay enlightened.
And get testosterone, please. I beg you, please.
Testosterone, yes.
Yep. And yeah, people. That's it. See ya.